Are you wondering what your attachment style is? Psychologist John Bowlby started the conversation back in 1968 when he laid the foundation for attachment theory. And since then, much has been learned about the four basic attachment styles and how they affect our relationships, our friendships, our parenting, as well as our general worldview. So let's discuss the four basic attachment styles. The first attachment style is secure. So people with a secure style feel comfortable in their relationships and trust their partners. They are generally confident in themselves and their ability to connect with others, leading to stable and fulfilling relationships where both partners feel valued and understood. The next style is the dismissive avoidant. And this style is characterized by individuals who tend to only believe in themselves and distrust others. They often avoid emotional intimacy and may distance themselves from close relationships, prioritizing self-reliance over the connection with others. The third style is the anxious preoccupied, and individuals with this style tend to be doubters. They doubt their own self-worth, and they tend to act in ways that are not in their own or their partner's best interests. This arises when a child's needs are not constantly met, and such a child might overvalue love and undervalue their own self-worth. Now, the last style is the disorganized. And individuals with this style are insecure most of the time and act in erratic ways because of it. Disorganized attachment is found when a child is raised in an environment that is abusive, traumatic, or chaotic. Individual children might be considered extremely traumatized, emotionally numb, and lacking a sense of safety and security. Attachment theory was derived from the idea that there are certain biological based facets of being human. One is that men and women are usually born as helpless infants, and as such, they have a deep primal need to form strong emotional and physical bonds with one or two special people in their lives. In attachment theory, attachment is regarded as both inevitable as well as a good thing. It is, evolutionary speaking, the basis of the family, but in some cases, and for some people, parental attachment goes sideways, and the theory recognizes that possibility as well. So let's begin with your relationships. People with an insecure attachment style find it difficult to create and sustain profound connections with others. It's as if they're tunneling through life, attempting to put the past behind them, but never quite succeed. They tend to unconsciously replay the unhealthy relationship patterns they experienced as children in their present lives. And if it isn't enough to ensure that they remain in the shallow end of the relationship pool, they are also, by definition, insecure in their attachment to their romantic partners. The classic line that relationships are work applies here too. Unlike the avoidant, who are not in touch with their emotions, the anxious preoccupied individuals are highly emotional, but they are also highly disordered. On the other hand, individuals with anxious attachment style feel love and intimacy, are elusive, and they are desperate for them. These people hold their partners tightly and are dependent, clingy, and insecure. So they may become jealous and controlling. Number two, your friendships. People who are secure tend to be friendlier and more outgoing, and in my experience, make friends with relative ease. Avoidant children tend to play by themselves and don't bond much with friends or family. And on the other hand, you have the anxious children who become super sensitive to rejection and may grow up to be people pleasers who crave social approval and popularity. Number three, your partner. We find partners who resemble our parents, no matter how dysfunctional they were. And we do this unconsciously. Having an avoidant attachment style results in choosing a partner who are typically anxious. And having an anxious attachment style leads us to choose partners who are inconsistent with their affection and really no good at meeting our needs, also known as avoidance. Studies show that anxious or avoidant attachment styles make it much more likely that we stay in a relationship that is harmful to us. It's as if anxious and avoidance are just magnets to each other. And four, you become your parents. It can be hard to leave behind the emotional toll that poor family dynamics takes. Well-adjusted individuals often credit their healthy home life while growing up for the reason behind their happiness and success. Avoidants may grow up to be distant parents who satisfy their children's need for independence, but who don't satisfy their children's need for emotional closeness. Parents with anxious attachment style are just as likely to produce emotional problems in their children. They often do this by parenting through smothering, being overbearing, and exerting excessive control over their children's lives. And one example of this is your typical helicopter parent. This contrasts with the less common, secure style of parenting, where children are nurtured in a more balanced and supportive environment. And fifth, your perspective on the world. One of the earliest and most important lessons is about the kind of treatment we deserve and we can expect from others. People raised in a secure style are more open and more trusting. They were brought up to see the good in people, and they find it easy to make connection and feel entirely comfortable being intimate and affectionate. On the other hand, people who have dismissive or avoidant style tend to be doubtful and wary of others and see the world as a chilly and unfriendly place. Individuals with an anxious, preoccupied attachment style see themselves as the source of their relationship problems, and as a result, they tend to be quite clingy. They are also low in self-esteem and seek non-stop reassurance from their partner. Their early childhood experiences and relationships with their parents seem to do the most in shaping these individuals into who they are. Can you identify your own style of attachment in any of the points that I've made today? Leave a comment below and let me know. If you found this video helpful and are interested in learning more, please download my free attachment style checklist where you can uncover your attachment style. And if you already know that you have anxious attachment style and are ready to make a change, check out my Secure Attachment Blueprint, the beginner's guide to a more secure you. This comprehensive guide is designed to help you transform your relationships and build a more secure attachment with yourself and others. The links to both are in the description below.